Now that you've written that monetization functionality for your Power-Up, we can now move on to creating a listing for the Power-Up in Optro. Now the listing will sit on the Optro website, and it will be a key route for users to find out more information about your Power-Up and decide whether or not they'd like to subscribe. This is usually used in conjunction with your own upsell indicators inside the Power-Up. For example, when a customer installs the Power-Up, you may show them what they can get with Pro and what they can get with Free, or you may have certain features behind a paywall. So clearly there's two methods for users to find out about your Power-Up. One is through Trello itself and the directory, and the second is to look via Optro, where premium Power-Ups are available. So in order for either of these scenarios to work with Optro and to allow people to pay money for your app and money for certain features to be enabled, we need to create a Power-Up listing on Optro. So what you need to do is you need to log back into the Optro vendor website, and we need to go onto the Power-Ups page. So if you click Power-Ups, and you can see the Power-Up that we created earlier on and the one that we've been following along in this tutorial, Notes for Trello, that's shown up there, and I'm going to click on that Power-Up. In order to create a listing, a listing, by the way, is the public part of Optro. So this app, seeing as it's pending and it's not public, this is only visible to me, the vendor who created it. But a listing is how I'd like my Power-Up to appear to the public. So let's create a listing and let's get this app available for my customers. So I've gone onto Listings tab, I'm going to click Create Listing, and I need to fill in information about my Power-Up here. So luckily there's some that I've prepared earlier. Now we'd recommend that you put a bit more than what I've put in here, but we're going to keep this one short because it's a tutorial. Next up, very important, is pictures. Obviously pictures speak 1,000 words, so we want to show off what our app can do. So I'm going to drag a few pictures onto here and go through the process of getting those uploaded. And we'll do one more. So there you go. As you can see, I've got my 3 pictures and I can check out what those look like in the store, all from this listing page. Now, after we've filled in the pictures, next we want to add a few features. So in Optro, you can decide which features are going to be available on Free and which ones are going to be available on Pro. This lets your customers very quickly understand whether they need to purchase the premium option or whether they're happy with the free one. So this is a nice, quick, easy matrix kind of view that saves customers time. So let me put a few of these in. Adding notes to cards. We support that on the Free and the Pro. Adding texts to notes, again, is supported by both. However, changing note colors, that's not available on here. And let's take another hypothetical feature that could be paywalled, could be adding emojis to notes. That could also be a Pro feature only. And at the end here, you can see what price would I like to charge per board per month. So I'm going to choose $5 in this scenario. Now, the final thing on this page for you to be aware of is that you can put in 3 types of links here. You can put a documentation link, which will take your customers to your help site. You can put a privacy policy link if your app has special terms and conditions that you want your customers to be aware of. And finally, a link for a service desk or some other kind of help center. So once you're finished and you're happy with how things look here, you can click Save Listing at the bottom here. And this will take you back to the listings page. Now, this page shows you all of the listings for this Power-Up and their current status in the process. So what you can do is, if we wanted to go back and make changes to this listing that we just did, we can click on the action column and we can click Edit, and that will open up the same thing we had before. It will let us make changes to that listing. So at this point, all the steps needed to create that listing has been completed. And now it's time to submit it for approval, which we'll cover in the next section of the tutorial. you.